don't come in and ask me, are we reading from Alcoholics? No, we're not. We're reading from As Bill Sees It. Okay.
Hi, Rebecca, alcoholic, from As Bill Sees It, page 52. To guard against a slip. Suppose we fall short of our chosen ideals and stumble. Does this mean we're going to get drunk? Some people tell us so, but this is only a half-truth. It depends on us and our motives. If we were sorry for what we have done and have the honest desire to let God take us to better things, we believe we will be forgiven and we will have learned our lesson. If we are not sorry and our conduct continues to harm others, we are quite sure to drink. These are facts out of our experience. This is from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 70.
All right. Next is, and if your hand goes down automatically, just put it back up. Sometimes Zoom does that. Okay, Ron, over to you, page 89. And As Bill Sees It.
I'm Ron, I'm an alcoholic. Review the day. When we retire at night, we constructively review our day. Were we resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid? Do we owe an apology? Have we kept something to ourselves which should be discussed with another person at once? Were we kind and loving toward all? What could we have done better? Were we thinking of ourselves most of the time? Or were we thinking of what we could do for others or what we could pack into the stream of life? We must be careful not to drift into worry, remorse, or morbid reflection, for that would diminish our usefulness to ourselves and to others. After making our review, we ask God's forgiveness and inquire what corrective measures should be taken. It's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 86.
Okay, thank you, Ron. And then, okay, go ahead, Lori. You're going to read on page 151. That's Bacardi 151.
Lori, alcoholic, page 151. Start by forgiving. The moment we ponder a twisted or broken relationship with another person, emotions go on the defensive. To escape looking at the wrongs we have done others, we resentfully focus on the wrong he has done us. Triumphantly, we seize upon the slightest misbehavior as the perfect excuse for minimizing getting our own. Here, we need to set ourselves up sharply. Let's remember that alcoholics are not the only ones bedeviled by sick emotions. In many instances, we are really dealing with fellow sufferers, people whose woes we have increased. If we are about to ask for forgiveness for ourselves, why shouldn't we start out by forgiving them, one and all? This is from the 12 and 12, page 78.
Okay, thank you. All right, next is Stacy, 204.
Hi, Stacy, alcoholic. The building of character. Since most of us are born with an abundance of natural desires, it isn't strange that we often let these far exceed their intended purpose. When they drive us blindly, or we willfully demand that they supply us with more satisfactions or pleasures than are possible or due us, that is the point at which we depart from the degree of perfection that God wishes for us here on earth. That is the measure of our character defects, or, if you wish, of our sins. If we ask, God will certainly forgive our derelictions, but in no case does he render us white as snow and keep us that way without our cooperation. That is something we are supposed to be willing to work towards ourselves. He asks only that we try as best we know how to make progress in the building of character. From the 12 and 12, page 65.
All right, thank you. Good job. Okay, Sam, you're up on, what is it, page 268, right?
Yep. Hi, I'm Sam, alcoholic. Come on there. Found it. Oop. Lost it. There we go. Those other people, just like you, I have often thought myself the victim of what other people say and do. Yet every time I confess the sins of such people, especially those whose sins did not correspond exactly with my own, I found that I only increased the total damage. My own resentment, my self-pity would often render me well nigh useless to anybody. So nowadays, if anyone talks to me so as to hurt, I first ask myself if there is any truth at all in what they say. If there is none, I try to remember that I too have had my periods of speaking bitterly to others. That hurtful gossip is but a symptom of our remaining emotional illness. Consequently, that I must never be angry at the unreasonableness of sick people. Under very trying conditions, I have had again and again to forgive others, also myself. Have you recently tried this? Letter, 1946.
Okay, Joe, you're up. 318. You have to unmute.
Okay. 318, forgiveness. Through the vital fifth step, we began to get the feeling that we could be forgiven no matter what we had thought or done. Often, it was while working on this step with our sponsors or spiritual advisors that we first felt truly able to forgive others, no matter how deeply we felt they had wronged us. Our moral inventory has persuaded us that all-round forgiveness was desirable, but it was only when we are resolutely tackled step 5 that we inwardly knew we'd be able to receive forgiveness and give it to. And that's from 12 and 12, page 57, 58.
All right, cool. Excellent. Thanks everybody for reading. So every day we read from a different book. And Lisa, if you would put up all the books that we read and where to get them. So we read on Wednesdays, we read from this one, As Bill Sees It. Bill Wilson was a co-founder of AA. Let's see here, I'm gonna lower these hands. And these are his writings. So we use this one on Wednesday. On Saturdays, we use this one. It's called Living Sober. Living Sober is hang on for a minute, sorry. So there you go. Living Sober is written in 1976. It's tells you newcomers very short pages and stories how to live your life sober. It's an excellent book. We use it on Saturdays. Then we also use the AA Big Book every day routinely, and we use 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. On Mondays, we read from it, and then we also read from Daily Reflections on Sunday. It's a meditation book that came out a few years ago. So we use all of those. Let's see here, all of those books, and we also give class assignments here. So what we do in this meeting is we hand deliver an AA program to you and take you right through all the 12 steps, et cetera, et cetera. So we give you reading assignments, writing assignments. We take you through the entire AA program in about a month and a half, the same way they did in 1932 when AA was formed. One of the things that they did was they worked the entire program as a group, and everybody seemed to get well there. It was kind of a miracle. Everybody mute yourself, okay? It was kind of a miracle, and because otherwise we get like background noise, it's distracting. And for those of you who are co-hosts, just look around the room and mute people that aren't muted. So we do the same thing they did in the 1930s. We work the program as a group, and everybody goes through various step process, and we do it pretty much out of the big book. So this is not a meeting. You kind of come in, hang out, do whatever you want to, because we're going to call on you, and then we're going to give you assignments, and it's like it gets real uncomfortable real fast, but we'll help you along. And mostly everybody in here works very, very, very hard. People here work really hard. And so if you're new and you like school and you like you want to work hard, you want to move forward in the AA process, this is the meeting for you. Okay. Most people come for like, we also get like about 100 new people a week. Most people never come back. They are like, they come here and they go, whatever, they decide to start drinking again. So this is a meeting where you can come and you can quit, and stay quit. Everything happens here, all right? Just so you know. Yeah, there's a lot of hard work that goes on here in the meeting. So let's, first of all, let's start with a couple people and see where the heck everybody is. Now, hey, Lisa, you sent me a text the other day. Do you know who we're supposed to do what with? Or not?
I had Joe, Lori, Jason, and Ron were doing step 4 or had broken off into their
No,
separate room.
nobody breaks off here. They may have gone to a
There's
breakout room for one
the
day.
breakout room. The breakout
Yeah.
room.
All right, that was yesterday.
And then Aaron was sending you the letters, so I'm not sure where
I
you
got
and
all
Aaron
set.
left
All right.
off.
No, just
And then Louise from Austin was tasked with getting a big book.
all right, Luis, let's go to Luis. So, Luis, did you get your big book?
No, man, I've been running around Austin nonstop.
Did
It's
you
been
take,
hectic.
did you take a gun with you?
No, man, it's horrible downtown.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay. So you can also read it online.
Mhm.
Send him, where's Matt? Is Matt here or did he leave already?
I think he left.
Okay. Can you send Austin a link to the big book? Send it to everyone, okay? Do you have that? All you do is you look up Alcoholics Anonymous and there's a PDF. Bam.
Okay.
So, and Lisa, see if you can find it and send it to him. And then if you would read the preface and the 4 forwards, Austin, for tomorrow. The preface and the 4 forwards in the AA Big Book for tomorrow. All right. And then give me 5 takeaways on that. Groovy. Let's go over to I'll pick on Jeff, 39 years. Jeff, what are you working on? What's your latest reading and writing assignment?
Well, my latest reading and writing assignment was for today was reading the out of my old reading as Bill sees it. Be able to comment on it.
Oh, good. Okay. Did you
Yeah.
want to comment on what we read today about forgiveness?
Yeah, it's so important getting back to some of these basics. And one of the things too, people are human in AA. Jeff, alcoholic. Before I go further, and it talked about that the gossip. You know, you hear for anybody new coming in, you're going to hear gossip from time to time. But it talks about how that's
There's
really
no gossip in this
no
meeting.
gossip. Right? We not doesn't come from us. Right. What do you tell people when they're hearing it, Shannon? I just told them that you talk to me or you know, don't fool.
Well, look, the thing of it is gossip often shows up in the form of care about another person. But we're so used to gossip in the world that we just bring it right in here. So it becomes somewhat just self-destructive. But we did read the topic of forgiveness, and I did want to talk a little bit about that. Forgiveness is what it is essentially, if you analyze the word, it's giving over to God any resentment or perpetrations that you have about another person. So listen to this. Forgiveness is not saying, oh, that's okay. You beat me up, no problem. I forgive you. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is you take the resentment or the perpetration committed to you and you hand it to God and you visualize God taking it from you. God is the only one that can resolve major resentments and perpetrations. We give it, excuse me, forgiveness. So the word for and giving, you're giving over that harm that's been caused to you, that resentment, that I like to call it a perpetration. So somebody beats you up, and forgiveness is not, well, I have a relationship with God now, and it's okay. Rise and be healed, you're forgiven. We don't have the power to do that. You know, you hate the person, they beat you up, but what we do with it is we say, okay, my ex-husband used to beat me up all the time. You know, I'm never going to forgive him. Well, you can take that harm and say, God, I don't know what to do with this, but I'm going to give it to you and let you resolve it so it doesn't drive me mad. That's what it is. And those of you who are having a hard time with this, you're hanging on to big stuff. Practice that. Visualize your hand, close your eyes, visualize your hand, this resentment, this perpetration, this harm. You visualize giving it to God. God reaches, you hand it, put it in his hands, and he takes it, and the all-powerful one resolves it. I'm telling you, it works. It works. It works. That's why we picked for forgiveness today. I've made a big study of forgiveness, 46 years. It took a lot of explanation where I finally learned, how to forgive. So it's not like I'm saying, well, that's okay, you slap me around, you're good. No, maybe you're not so good, but I can give this to God and I can forget about you. Ron, okay, where are you? You're working on fourth step, right? How's that coming? Are you done with it now?
I'm running an alcoholic. Yes, I worked on it today. Got through the paragraph. Answering the questions in the 12 and 12.
No, we're not using the 12 by 12 in this. We're only using the big book for right now. So, but okay, so you've listed out everybody you've resented and you went through the whole process with that. And you're also doing your whatever perpetrations you may have committed to other people. You've done that, your part, right?
Yes, I'm working on it. I still have probably some perpetrations done to others to finish. Yes.
Oh, yeah, do that. You know, like whatever. Okay, and then we'll set up a fifth step with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Good job, good job. Uh, excuse me. Oh, Lori. Okay. So how is your fourth step coming? You were trying to figure out how to get these columns down, which is who I'm resentful at, the cause, what it affects in me on page 65 in the AA Big Book. Put that up, please, Lisa. And then your fear inventory and also your part. So have you figured out, have you
Yeah,
finally gotten how we do the fifth step, how we do the fourth step rather?
yeah. And you told me more detail. So I worked on that today and I should be able to talk about it tomorrow.
Well, how many people do you have on your resentment list?
Well, people, I have two,
Okay.
myself and
Who?
people, I've got myself, if you call that, but it's mostly my daughter and my son-in-law.
So wait, there's two people there. Daughter is one person, son-in-law is another.
Correct.
All right. Now, anybody else?
No, I've got a
Wait,
situation.
how about the teacher that you had in the 8th grade that used to yell at you?
You want me to go all the way back?
Oh, that would be good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Like, how about the time the guy drove you off the road with the 18-wheeler and your car ended up down a bank?
Thank goodness I didn't have that experience, but I came to driving down the road with not knowing where I was, never driving, I had never driven a car
Well,
before.
no, but we're talking about, we're looking for institutions, people, who committed harms against you. What about
Okay.
the bank?
No, no
Okay,
problem.
how about your healthcare company? We don't want anybody in here going out and shooting the head of the healthcare company.
No,
That
but
guy had that
I'll
guy had a resentment. I wonder if he was wasted when he did that.
if I have to go back, oh, I didn't realize I did this before and I didn't.
Well, this isn't before, this is now. We are in the present. We're in the now.
So anything,
Have you ever read that book called Be Here Now by Richard Alpert, who turned into Ram Dass? Imagine if I changed my name to like Ram Jan or something.
let me ask you a question.
No. What? Go ahead.
No,
No, go ahead. What?
even though I don't still hold resentments for the old stuff, I still write it down.
I want you to just look around, look at the electric company, the bank, the car company. You look at people in a bar and somebody that slapped you one day. Start looking at this stuff. All right, keep digging. All right, good. See who the hell else was? Oh, Joe. All right, Joe. So finally, did you? Where are you at in this fourth step? You were trying to get these columns straightened out.
Yeah, I just didn't do it in column format. I have it. I'm finished with that step.
I'm sorry, can't understand a thing you said. What did you say?
I said I finished that. I finished that.
No.
Well, the only thing I didn't have in there was one column.
No. Okay, well, let's just talk about this. So you have the resentment, who the resentment is at, how many of those people or institutions did you come up with?
Okay. Ow. Sorry.
Did you write it down?
I did write it down.
All right.
I'm trying. I have resentments towards my mother.
Okay, who's another person?
An ex-boyfriend. I have been married
What's his?
twice.
Okay, so you have each of the husbands down and the ex-boyfriend,
Yes.
and you wrote them in a column?
Yes. I wrote them in numbers instead of in a column format, but
Fine by me.
yeah.
Okay, now, then you wrote down the cause of you have various resentments for each person?
Mhm.
Okay. And then did you write down what it affects in you?
Yes.
All right. And then did you put down your part?
Yep.
And did you put down any fears and connected with it?
Yes.
So that's all 5 columns.
Mhm. I did it. The only thing I did wrong was the effect. I forgot to use the
Yeah.
certain ones.
Do you have any institutions down there?
No.
Do you have any institutions that you have a resentment against?
None
No,
that
the
are,
military, the government, the
well, if you
police.
consider my old employer.
That would be a good one.
My old employer is there.
Wait, just write it down. So write down my old boss, whoever it
did.
was.
I
Okay,
did.
good. All right, good. All right, so you're going to get ready to do your 5th step soon, right?
Mhm.
All right. Who else do we have here? Who did I miss on the 4th step round? Lisa, do you know? We got somebody here.
Jason,
Jason, where are you? Are you here? Oh, there you are. Is it Jason? He's not here, is he? He's not here. Naaman, what are you working on? I know you're working on something. Those of you.
3 and 4.
Well, did we do step 3 with you?
I read step 3, pages 60 through 63.
Okay, so we haven't taken step 3 yet, right?
I don't quite think
Not formally. We didn't do it formally here, right?
No.
Okay, that's important. And then, did I give you a reading assignment on step 4?
Um, possibly I'm supposed to do a
There's
side.
no possibly. We either gave you the, so we probably didn't do it, because we probably have
I
to
think
do.
you were gonna set him up with Julie to do step 4. Naming it, am I correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Who, I was gonna set Nathan, name it up?
Name it up with Julie.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, that was my
Change-
note. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I changed my mind.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna stick you on Julie.
I'm happy to do whatever.
Hey, look what I got here. Look at this. Look at that, Aaron. One of the ladies from Meals on Wheels brought this in.
What a card.
I know. Yeah. Okay, step 3. Let's go to page 63 in the big book. Naaman. Everybody turn to page 63. All right, can you stop? All right. Don't ever get Meals on Wheels. They all start bringing crap into you. Oh, Merry Christmas, brother. Get the fuck out of my house, would you? Oh. Okay, stay unmuted there, Naaman. Jeff, you enjoying the meeting? Yep. All right, good. But page 60 through 63, Naaman, start reading. This is officially taking the third step with you. Start reading on page 60, being convinced. We were at step 3 in. Lisa put it up for everybody. If you don't have a book, you can read it right there. Okay, so 60 through 63, here we go. And you can start reading, David. Being convinced we were. You're unmuted already.
I have a strange book. My book doesn't actually come, the thrift books doesn't come until Thursday.
Well, why don't you just go to the link on the site? Do you see the link on the in chat on the right-hand side?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Click on that. Start reading from there.
Yeah, okay, got it. Okay. All right. Being convinced we are at step 3, which is that we decided to turn our will and our life over to God as we understood him. Just what do we mean by that? And just what do we do? The first requirement is that we be convinced that any life run on self-will can hardly be a success. On that basis, we are almost always in collision with something or somebody, even though our motives are good. Most people try to live by self-propulsion. Each person is like an actor who wants to run the whole show, is forever trying to arrange the lights, the ballet, the scenery, and the rest of the players in his own way. If his arrangements would only stay put, if only people would do as he wished, the show would be great. Everybody, including himself, would be pleased. Life would be wonderful. In trying to make these arrangements, our actor may sometimes be quite virtuous. He may be kind, considerate, patient, generous, even modest and self-sacrificing. On the other hand, he may be mean, egotistical, selfish, and dishonest. But as with most humans, he is more likely to have varied traits. What usually happens? The show doesn't come off very well. He begins to think life doesn't treat him right. He decides to exert himself more. He becomes, on the next occasion, still more demanding or gracious, as the case may be. Still, the play does not suit him. Admitting he may be somewhat at fault, he is sure that other people are more to blame. He becomes angry, indignant, self-pitying. What is his basic trouble? Is he not really a self-seeker even when trying to be kind? Is he not a victim of the delusion that he can wrest satisfaction and happiness out of this world if he only manages well? Is it not evident to all the rest of the players that these are the things he wants? And do not his actions make each of them wish to retaliate, snatching all they can get out of the show? Is he not, even in his best moments, a producer of confusion rather than harmony? Our actor is self-centered, egocentric, as people like to call it nowadays. He is like the retired businessman who lolls in the Florida sunshine in the winter, complaining of the sad state of the nation. The minister who sighs over the sins of the 20th century. Politicians and reformers who are sure all would be utopia if the rest of the world would only behave. The outlaw safecracker who thinks society has wronged him, and the alcoholic who has lost all and is locked up. Whatever our protestations, are not most of us concerned with ourselves, our resentments, or our self-pity, selfishness, self-centeredness, that we think is the root of our troubles. Driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, and self-pity, we step on the toes of our fellows and they retaliate. Sometimes they hurt us, seemingly without provocation, but we invariably find that at some time in the past, we have made decisions based on self, which later placed us in a position to be hurt. So our troubles, we think, are basically of our own making. They arise out of ourselves, and the alcoholic is an extreme example of self-will run riot, though he usually doesn't think so. Above everything, we alcoholics must be rid of this selfishness. We must, or it kills us. God makes that possible. And there often seems no way of entirely getting rid of self without his aid. Many of us had moral and philosophical convictions galore, but we could not live up to them even though we would have liked to. Neither could we reduce our self-centeredness much by wishing or trying on our own power. We had to have God's help. This is how and why of it. This is the how and why of it. First of all, we had to quit playing God. It didn't work. Next, we decided that hereafter, in this drama of life, God was going to be our director. He is the principal. We are his agents. He is the father, and we are his children. Most good ideas are simple, and this concept was the keystone of the new and triumphant arc through which we passed to freedom. When we sincerely took such a position, all the sorts of remarkable things followed. We had a new employer, being all-powerful. He provided what we needed if we kept close to him and performed his work well. Established on such a footing, we became less and less interested in ourselves, our little plans and designs. More and more, we became interested in seeing what we could contribute to life. As we felt new power flow in, as we enjoyed peace of mind, as we discovered we could face life successfully, as we became conscious of his presence, we began to lose our fear of today, tomorrow, or the hereafter. We were
Stop right
reborn.
there. Yeah, there you go. So, are you getting this?
Yes.
Is it sinking in? So we have this. We become
Finally.
reborn in the this is a conversion from self to God, to higher power, from self to spirit. This is it's AA's conversion experience from self-will to the healing power of God and the Holy Spirit. Okay, so why don't you, so now you can read the step 3, the next part.
We are now at step 3. Many of us said to our Maker, as we understood him, God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. We thought well before taking this step, making sure we were ready.
Okay, stop right there. So there you have it. You've finished step 3, and now the next thing to do is read from the bottom of this page, next we launch, to 71. And you'll read the instructions on step 4, and then we'll go over them tomorrow. How's that sound?
Right on.
Okay. All right. Congratulations. Rise, Brent. Lazarus, be healed. Go forth. Preach the good news of AA.
Okay.
What? I know. Let's see here. Let's go to, hey, Jessica, how are you liking today's meeting? You've been to this meeting before? Jan to Jessica. Hi, how's it going? How are you liking today's meeting? Okay. Well, let's talk to Steph. Hi, Steph. And where are you? Los Angeles?
Oh,
Or
sorry.
Louis-
Uh,
Okay, go ahead, Jessica.
Sorry,
Yep, so
the
how are
unmute.
you liking today's meeting?
It's been great. I'm with my sponsor. I just started step 1, but
Oh, yeah?
really
Are
like
you, are you in the meeting? Are you at this meeting with your sponsor?
no. I come to this meeting. It kind of gives me a great overview of the stuff that.
You've been to this meeting before, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good.
But yeah, this I really liked the assignment that I totally didn't do because I was not here for it. But it's kind of also
I get it. Just listen,
yeah.
just keep coming. Come every day for 5 days. We'll put you more to work. Let's go talk with Steph. Hi, Steph in La. Where is La?
Oh, hey, Jan. Louisiana, Baton Rouge. Talked to you yesterday.
Oh yeah, let's not put La up. We'll put up Baton Rouge because I think it's La Land, and I think well, she's almost,
It has been that from time to time.
yeah. So what is this, your second time here? Third time?
Third time.
Okay, good. Have we given you an assignment yet?
No, sir, not yet.
Oh, don't call me sir.
Oh, that's right.
It makes me nervous. Just call me
No,
dog.
no dog. No assignments. But I'm enjoying the meeting. It's helping me out quite a bit, actually.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. So here's the deal. So do you have a sponsor? Have you worked through the steps at all yet or not?
I do have a sponsor. I have worked through the steps, but what I like about this meeting is I've gotten my first sponsee, and
Oh,
I kind
yeah.
of like this because I feel like you're
We
teaching how to be a sponsor.
perfect. It is exactly that. Anybody that does this, you become the best sponsor in the world. Straight out of no, I was going to say straight out of Compton, but what I meant was straight out of Akron. You know,
Right.
okay. So here's the story for you. Read for me tomorrow the preface and the 4 forwards in the big book, and give me 5 takeaways for tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is what you do with a sponsee. All right, cool. Tim, how are you liking today's meeting? One day, how are you feeling?
It's been good. I appreciate you guys having me, and
Yeah.
interested to see the process.
Okay, well, you're welcome to come. Come every day for 5 days if you want to. See how you like it. How's your detox going? Or are you,
It's been okay. I've actually started using naltrexone as
oh yeah,
a
we know what it is. Mhm.
support system. So, but
Well,
yeah, as far as
you're welcome to come. We're here every day. Just show up every day if you can. So now I have a question for Aaron and for Lisa. So we have Jessica C, but is Jessica C a copy of other Jessica? Well, I guess we're going to find out. Jessica, hi, how are you? Where are you? Sorry, you're here for AA, right?
I'm not a copy. I'm the same person.
You're the same. You're here twice.
I'm a different Jessica.
Oh, okay, thank God, because I thought maybe you were the first human being to be cloned. Get it? Okay, that's a joke.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm on day 1, so thanks for having me.
Well, no, let's talk about this. Have you been to AA before?
I have.
There you are. Hi.
My first experience was during COVID, though, so it was all online.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from today?
New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Okay. Day 1. Have you been to this meeting before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, so listen, you're welcome to come. If you come, my recommendation for people that just get here, is come for 5 days if you want to, if you think you like it, and then we'll put you to work. And then, so how much were you, so I just have a question. How much were you drinking a day? A lot?
This last time it was, I was sober for like a year, but anyway, this last particular binge was like 2 weeks long, and by the end I was probably drinking like a bottle of vodka a day. So
Oh yeah, so now you're gonna detox. Have you detoxed before? Have you ever gotten sober?
many times, yeah. So I'm getting through it.
So we always recommend you see your primary care physician, or if you need a medical detox, do it. Detox from alcohol can be devastating, as you may know. So in this meeting, because it's newcomer slipper step workshop, we always try to recommend that people see your primary care or go to the ER, and we don't want to see you blow up. I mean, we have so many new people here every single day, and I ran the Alcohol Recovery Center here in Boulder for a year. I ran the night shift, and so we this is like the emergency room of AA meetings right here. I mean, you could just look around the room and see. So you have a doctor and all that. Have you checked in with her or him?
I have.
Yeah, so are you taking anything to help you through this, or what are you gonna do?
I'm not taking anything. My appointment is tomorrow with my primary care physician, and I've actually already spoken to my therapist as well. So
Yeah, therapists are useless in this kind of situation, but doctors, medical doctors, they are good. They can help. You know, I mean, we've had people here be so sick, really. They've left the meeting, gone into the ER, been in a coma for three days, so it's and you're drinking a bottle of vodka a day. That's pretty serious business. But
no, I like kind of weaned it down, so I'm at 0 today.
On your way, okay. All right, glad you're here. And yeah, 100%. You're welcome to come. Amy in South Carolina, 8 days. How did you like today's meeting, Amy? Amy. I keep thinking of songs. It's like,
Yes, I did. I very much enjoyed it. I kind of have a long history with recovery and AA and alcoholism. My initial experience was with AA, working 12 steps, having a great sponsor, fantastic. And then I kind of switched over to recovery community organization that was more of a more loose pattern of how meetings are. And I started working in the hospital, working with people who came in with addiction issues and all that kind of stuff. And
You're muted, Jan. Jan, you're muted.
I know that I'm trying to unmute there. Oh, this thing just mutes itself. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is the one right here. Anybody know what this song is? Amy, this is your song.
Pure Prairie League, Amy.
Shut up, no talking. Nobody in there it is. We want to unmute Jeff because Jeff will be giving a long commentary on the song. Here we go, Pure Prairie League. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes the high note. All right. Well, this pretty much wraps up this meeting for today. And then hey, Julie, you want to read the promises? Do you have the promises there, page 83? Yeah, we play music here sometimes. We meet every day, same that time, same that channel. For those of you who watch Batman on MeTV. Okay. Over to you, Julie.
Okay. Sorry, Julie, alcoholic. These are the promises. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. On the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them.
Okay, here comes the serenity prayer. It goes like this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So we are here every single day, same time, 7 days a week, Christmas, New Year's, Christmas Eve. If you think you want to do this, just show up. Yeah, just show up here. Just show up every day. And a lot of people, we've had over 1,000 people come through this whole process with us in 7 years. So it's a pretty good meeting. It's that way, and it's extremely helpful.